Hello everybody and welcome back to Jack on a Journey. My name is Jack and I don't want to talk about it, alright? I don't want to talk about it. Should we just move on, swiftly on? We have got our first game today against UMF Solfoss in this cup competition. What's it called? Are we not going to... Icelandic League Cup A Group B. Light snow, -7 degrees. That's chilly. It's chilly. We've had quite a good pre-season, to be fair. Very it surprised me a lot, let's say. There was a couple of losses in there. One was to a team in the league above, but we were beating teams in the league above, like this Stridnan team. We beat them. We've got them in the League Cup as well, and they're in the league above, and we beat them 3-1. Granted, we scored the goal a minute after they got a player sent off, but we were still leading when it was 11 versus 11, and we came from behind. So it's like a good little indicator. We also played HK, which us and them were the favourites to go up last season. Neither of us did, and we smashed them 3-0. So I don't know, it's just giving me a little bit of... Obviously, I don't know if they're playing their first team or anything, but it's given me a little bit of confidence, if you will. But we're going to crack on with this League Cup, see how we do. I don't think the boards want anything from the League Cup. They're not interested from it. But we have made transfers, ladies and gentlemen. We've got... Right, let's go to the finances first, because... Finances, it's a little bit dodgy. It's a little bit dodgy at the moment. Oh dear. As you can see, the wage budget hasn't really changed. We're still spending £2,000 over. And that's purely because some players just don't want to leave. For whatever reason. Probably because we're paying them quite a bit. But they just don't want to leave. But this is just going down and down. We've got no debts or loans. But when we're not playing football, my God, it just drops. Absolutely drops. I have no idea what's going on. But we have got rid of a fair few players that did finally want to leave. And we've brought in some slightly less players, but I would say better quality players, but on kind of the same money, if you will. So the big one was this Porderson, or Forderson. Someone in the comments of my last episode... I can't remember your name, so I can't shut you out, unfortunately. But he has told me what every accent means. So this P means four, like the superhero 4. So that sounds for four. So I know that much. So it'd be Forderson. I haven't learnt all the accents yet, but thank you very much, mate. I'll probably shout you out somewhere. I'm not sure yet, but I can't remember your name. But I will certainly learn how to say these names off that comment you put. So thank you very much. But we did sell him for 2.8k. He was the right back, right wing back, right winger, whatever. He was the guy that was going to play right back. He was on a hell of a lot of money. As you can see, the scout rating was superb. He was our best player. I came in, didn't realise he wanted to leave. He told the previous manager he wanted to leave. So I was like... we could get rid of him, get a bit of money. So I was like, right, we'll let him leave. We'll get a bit of money, and we got 3k for him. And I thought we can try and get some better players. But it was hard. It was hard. As you can see, the gap between signing our first and last player was 2 months, and it was difficult to find players. Obviously, you got this rule where trialists can play, so I didn't really have to sign anyone, but I wanted to build a team of two 11s, if you will, so a starting 11 and a reserve 11, and then if we need to bring in trialists to play in a game, I'll have to, but I don't want to because it feels like cheating playing trialists in a game, but we'll have to see what happens. But let's start off with the transfers. Linus Olsson. I think I'll do Marcelo last because I quite liked him. But Linus Olsson, he is a left winger. Pardon me, he's already injured, unfortunately. 3-star current, 4-star potential on quite a bit of money. He's Swedish, and he's been pretty much everywhere. Sweden, Denmark, the US, back to Denmark, and then Iceland, where he played in the top division last year. Scored 2 years ago, scored 13 games and scored 3 goals, which isn't bad for a left winger. So we brought him in, see how well he does, and 27 years old. What do you want? 32k's worth. Basically, I was bringing in players that could play now, that can get us promoted in this first season, because that's what I want. I don't want to be like, oh, we came third. It was a good effort, though. I don't want that. This was Forderson's replacement, Victor Nilsson, 3.5-star current, 4.5-star potential. He's on a hell of a lot of money again, 750k. Once again, Swedish 25-year-old. And you know what? I just saw him and I was like, yeah, I'll bring him in. He looks decent. There's a bit of money because there's a hefty gap between decent players want really, really, really good money, and the really crappy players just want like 20 quid a week, but they're honestly crap. So it's annoying, like the average players still want a hefty bit of money. It's just like, it's just, no wonder the finances are all over the place, let's say. But he's played his whole career in Sweden and has come to us for the first time in Iceland. So hopefully he will be our starting right back. Him and another guy, I can't remember his name, are both kind of equal on current ability. So they'll be fighting it out. Next up, we got Christiansen, an Icelandic man, 28 years old, £325 a week, 3-star current, 3-star potential. Just a bit of solid centre midfield play because we needed a centre midfielder. He has played all his career in Iceland. He started out at us. I didn't know that. I did not know that. So he came for our youth ranks. That's cool. That's really cool. I did not know that at all. Nice. Next up, we got Chris Jansen. Did he come for our youth ranks? He is once again a centre midfielder, a bit of a younger guy. This is someone my head of youth brought in. I remember now. 19 years old, 2-star current, 3-star potential. Bit of a waste of money, but I thought, you know what, we need to see where our head of youth is going to be in terms of signing players. Don't know if I trust him now, but we'll let him go. Robert Blakala is a Polish goalkeeper. Basically, we only had the one goalkeeper, and we needed another goalkeeper, and it was a hell of a lot of players that we could have picked from. And this guy, he was about the second or third choice, but the other two were really good, but I just couldn't afford them, unfortunately. But he's 3.5-star current, 4.5-star potential, Polish keeper, like I said. He'll more than likely be backup, but you know, he might start a fair few games because both keepers are now kind of on a level playing field. But he's played a fair few games in Poland. He has become a bit of a journeyman, if you will, over the past few years. But he did come to Iceland, played for Najdvik, and he played 22 games in Iceland last season, so fair play to him. He's come to us, probably be our backup keeper, and hopefully does well. Next up is an incredible name. I kind of signed him purely because of his name, but he's a good player as well. Sanuzai Nase. What a name. What a name. I can't remember where he plays. I can't remember where any of these plays. Right back. So he's got a lot more potential than Nilsson, the other right back. 3-star current, 5-star potential, but their stats are pretty much equal, which I'm really liking. He's another Swedish guy, so we've got like 3 or 4 Swedish players now, which I'm quite liking. Have them as a little bit of a group. Right back, again, decent player. He's played for Malmo all his career. He actually played a game for Malmo, nice. First time outside of Sweden. So him and Nilsson, or was it Olsen? Olsen was left winger, wasn't it? I can't remember. But he should grow into quite a player. I'm quite looking forward to having him. And then we've got Paulo Marcelo, the Brazilian striker, 23. He is now our main man up top. He can run. He's tall. He can't really jump. That's fine, but he can finish. The stats that you need from a striker pretty good for this level, I would say. he hasn't played too many games, but he started his career out in Brazil, obviously, with Sao Paulo, Sao Bernardo, Sampiero Carrera, and then he jumped over to Iceland, where he started playing some games for IFK Vernamo, where he scored 2 goals in 11 games in the first season. Didn't really get a chance. Second season, four sub appearances, but in non-competitive, 7 goals in 11 games, not bad. But he's now going to be our main man, and I think he's going to perform very, very well for us. I just got that feeling. Paulo Marcelo, he's definitely one to keep an eye out for. But let's go into our game today. Who are we playing, boys? Who are we playing? Schedule. UMF Solfos, that's it. In this League Cup A Group B, I believe these lot are in our league, are they not? They are in our league. So it'd be a good indication of how well we're going to be doing in the league. But this is the team we're going to go for today. We've got Olafsson in goal. Olafsson, no, it's just Olafsson. Goalkeeper, he's the main man ahead of Bacalala. 4-star current, 4-star potential. Can't go wrong with that. Very, very good looking goalkeeper for this level. Gurnason, I didn't want to move him. I'm going to show you the players that you haven't seen, players that I haven't brought in, basically. But this guy, I'm really looking forward to using. He's 6'4", and he's a left back. He can play centre back or centre mid, which is perfect. But I just really like the sound of a 6'4" left back. I don't know why. Did you see all these players in the last? I think you did. So I don't really need to show you them again. But we got Olafsson in goal, Gurnason, Sakira, Gudmundsson, Nilsson, the new signing, of course, Gudjonsson, Benediktsson, and Christiansen, Riedel, Forsteinsson, and Marcelo. Some of these names are probably going to need nicknames, but I will get my hand around pronouncing them properly in the coming days, hopefully, fingers crossed. But we do need to give some squad numbers out. Oh my God, there's a bit of a why are we giving players? So look, you can have number 9, mate. You're not going to be number 40. That is quite a jump. 24. Same as you, mate. You can be 14. Look at that. Perfect. Naysay. What number should a good Naysay have? 15, 16. You can have 16. I don't know why auto number just threw them off into the 40 number mark, but oh well. Let's get into this game. This, like I said, it'd be a good indication of how well we'll do in the league. Right. This is the team then. Obviously, Christiansen is the guy that came for our youth ranks. Seriously, can't believe that. They're playing a 4-4-1-1. It'd be nice to know which formations teams play, because there's always a formation that's really popular in a country. It's the 4-4-1-1, the popular formation. I was going to say, do I recognise anyone? I'm not going to recognise anyone. That's it's just not going to happen, is it? Oh, revenge. Apparently, we need to get revenge on these lot. Perfect team talk for your first team talk, because I've got no idea what they're on about. They've probably got no idea what they're on about, but let's get revenge, boys. Right, we are going to be playing 2D because my laptop can't handle anything else, but let's notifications. I don't want any notifications. This looks like it's stayed because I haven't changed this, but it looks like it's actually remembered for the first time because Football Manager doesn't usually do that. I'm going to see what about making it a little bit faster, but good. 0-0. I wish these would stay remembered. So league table, stats, and I don't really care where the shots are from. Latest events updates. So we get the latest scores, because we will need that at some point in the league. Half an hour in, and we've been on top. Like, I was going to say it's been fairly equal, but we've been on top. They've had a lot of fouls against us. We've had a good amount of possession, good number of shots, but this is the first highlight that we've seen, and it is going to be to Solfos. Hopefully they don't score, but they've got a good effort here. Patru whips it in, and Nelson heads it away. Has a shot. That's just unlucky, that. That's just really unlucky. Olafsson, the keeper, it hit off the post, hit off his back, and it's gone into the back of the net. Can't really do much about that, can you? Can't really do much about that. Patru whipped him. Whoever that, I can't say his name. Like he probably should have dove for it, but he didn't, and that's just unlucky. But we have got a kick-off highlight. It's annoying as well because we have been on top. Looking at those stats, we have been on top. But what can you do? What can you do in football sometimes? We draw. Now it's pumped up to Goodmanson, who does that thing where you keep it in, but he goes straight to the opposition. Benedictson, might just call him Benedict, it might be easier. Christiansen to Nilsson. Plays in a beautiful ball to Marcelo, he just heads wide. Not a bad effort there. Good to get a straight attack straight after goal. But it's still 1-0. And I don't really want to be robbed on our first game of this season, but hey, sometimes these things happen. It is half time. It is 1-0. And I'm going to be passionate. Throw a bit of passion in there. Revenge again, because you can't really go wrong with a bit of revenge. Just hopefully we can get an early goal to make things interesting. And I don't like Benedictson being on a booking, but Marcelo's through here straight away. Has a shot straight at the keeper. 19 seconds in, and we've already tested the keeper. We've even had a clear-cut chance out of that, which is fantastic to see straight off the bat. And hopefully, like I said, we can get an early goal in this half and really throw the cat amongst the pigeons, as they say. Another highlight now, 51 minutes in. That's a pretty poor throw, but as you expect from Football Manager. Gurnason at left back to Gudjonsson. A Wheel. Is it Wheel? Trying to call him Wheel? I'm going to say Veal. It's Veal. Because obviously that Borussia Dortmund player is called Veal, isn't he? So we're going to call this guy Veal as well. Good pass by Gudjonsson, and Veal puts it into the bottom corner. This is what we needed, an early goal. The Dutch left winger has found the bottom corner. 1-1. Let's go grab the a second and maybe even a third. Like, I'm not greedy, but let's go do it. Right, 65th minute. I'm going to make a substitution or two. I'm not going to make all three like I usually do. I'm going to take Benedictson off. For neither of these can probably play ball winning midfielder. That's the only problem. You can't really do it. Can whoever else is in? You can do it. So we're gonna swap these two. Can you play Carrero? Why is it not letting me click on him? You'll do a job there, and we won't take Johnson off purely because he got the assist, so he's probably a little bit confident at the moment. Marcelo's not had the greatest of games, so we'll take him off for Peterson and give him a run out. Because we don't want, new players, we don't want to rush them in too much and have them lose confidence. So we'll take him off if he's playing badly and, give him a little pat on the shoulder, like, well done, mate. But 75th minute, it's still 1-1. Do we go attack him? I think we should, because we have dominated the game. So we're going to go attacking. We're going to make that substitution. There's no need to change formation, I don't think. So I'm not going to bring on anyone else. But we are going to take off the centre-back and bring on Mehic to play at the centre-back role. Just because he was playing really badly, that's all. But 8 minutes to go even, and it's still 1-1. And can we get a winner, or will we be pinned back, or will it just end in a draw? A draw, I won't be too unhappy about. We have dominated the game, which is really good to see, if I'm honest. And it looks like the game's just going to peter out. There is time for a goal, though. There is time for a goal. Nilsson with the header finds Peterson. Ball over the top to Forsteinson. Whips it into the box. Veal's there, but he can't quite win it. I think that this might be the last attack, and I don't think we're going to score from it. Ball over the top there. It's gone out of play. And we've started the season, if you will, with a 1-1 draw in the Cup, which it's not a loss. It's not a loss, so what can I complain about? They didn't score against us. Their goal was a lucky little own goal. So I'm going to say unlucky, I think. I don't want to ram home the disappointment because I'm slightly disappointed. But you know what? It's our first game. Let's not go all out and say I'm disappointed in you. Right, what game should we come back for? As this isn't really important, should we just do... That's a massive gap in between games. I don't know. These gaps are mad. I don't know. I'll have a think to myself and see when we come back. It might just be the one game, the Magni game, on its own, and then we can actually start the season. When we start the season with Solfos. So that's interesting. But yeah, we'll have to see what happens there. If you did like that, please drop a big fat like on the video. It means a hell of a lot to me. Please subscribe if you are new around here, or you haven't done so already. And I shall see you again for some more Icelandic football in the next episode of Jack on a Journey. Thank you very much for watching.